Hello, everybody, boys and girls. I hope you all are enjoying this journey of metals and non-metals. I know there are a number of reactions, but as I told you, keep practicing and you will find that they are very easy. So we have started with the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. We have done the reaction of metals with oxygen and reaction of metals with water. So now we are going to do how metals react with dilute acids, okay, metals with dilute acids and metal oxides with water. What are their reactions? Metal oxide with water, how they react, and displacement reactions also soon. Okay, so let's begin without any other delay. So we'll go into the next chemical property. Now let's see the reaction of metals with dilute acids. So metals react with dilute acids to form the salt and they release hydrogen. Okay, so metal plus dilute acid will give metal salt plus hydrogen gas is released. Fine. So sodium reacts with hydrochloric acid to form sodium chloride and hydrogen gas. Similarly, calcium will react with HCl to form calcium chloride plus H2. Then magnesium reacts with hydrochloric acid to form magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas. Then you can also write as potassium reacts with sulfuric acid to form potassium sulfate plus hydrogen. Similarly, zinc reacts with sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. So everywhere you see hydrogen gas is released and the corresponding salt is formed. But metals, they are reacting with hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid, dilute. But then when they react with nitric acid, okay, I'll say metal plus nitric acid is HNO3. So they will not give the salt. They do not give the metal salt. So here you will not have the salt plus hydrogen gas being released because nitric acid is a very good oxidizing agent. Okay, it's a very good oxidizing agent. And so what does it do? It will oxidize the hydrogen. If you see here, hydrogen is released. So when the hydrogen is released, this hydrogen will be oxidized to water and it also forms oxides of nitrogen like nitrous oxide, nitric oxide, or it can form NO2, nitrogen dioxide. So nitric acid, when it reacts with the metal, it does not give out hydrogen. So your question could be, why does nitric acid not release hydrogen when it reacts with a metal? So your answer should be, nitric acid is a very good or strong oxidizing agent. So it oxidizes, immediately it will oxidize the hydrogen which is released into water, hydrogen to water, and itself will get reduced. The nitric acid gets reduced into oxides of nitrogen. One of these will be formed. One or two can be formed. That's the reason it does not release hydrogen. So this should be your answer when they ask you, why does a metal not release hydrogen gas when it reacts with nitric acid? Whereas with hydrochloric and sulfuric acid, they give out hydrogen gas. Got it? So this you should be knowing it, and so it is, I have given it in red because it is very important. This definitely you can have a question, okay, on this. Now let's go and see the next chemical property. Now we'll see the metal oxides. You know what are metal oxides, right? MO. Oxide is O2 minus, and with the metal corresponding valency will have to be applied. So metal oxides are basic in nature. What is basic in nature? That means they turn the red litmus to blue. That is the indication. If we take a red litmus, put it in a metal oxide solution, it will turn blue. Example of metal oxide: sodium oxide, metal and oxygen. Magnesium oxide, metal and oxygen. Then aluminium oxide, metal and oxygen. So they are all metal oxides. So they in the aqueous solution, that means when they are in water, in the aqueous solutions, metal oxides, they turn red litmus to blue. That means they are all basic in nature. They are basic in nature. How do you know? Because they turn the red litmus to blue. They turn the red litmus to blue. Okay. Okay. So now let us see sodium oxide plus water will give sodium hydroxide. Metal oxide reacts with water to give the corresponding hydroxide. Then potassium oxide reacts with water to give potassium hydroxide. Potassium oxide reacts with water to form potassium hydroxide. Great. Now, in this category, we have another type of oxides known as amphoteric oxides. Let me take a different color. So, amphoteric oxides. What is amphoteric? Amphoteric means a metal oxide which can behave both like an acid and a base. It behaves both like an acid and a base. It is something like a double action. Double action in movies, you have these heroes, no, who do the double action. So similarly, these amphoteric oxides, they have a double role. They can play a double role. They can act both as an acid and a base. Otherwise, generally what? Metal oxides are basic in nature. But these amphoteric oxides, they can be either acidic or basic depending on the chemical reaction. So let us see the amphoteric oxide. There are two amphoteric oxides. Okay. So it reacts with a base like an acid. So when it is reacting with an acid, it behaves like a base. And when it is behaving like an acid, it starts reacting with a base. So aluminium oxide, Al2O3, and zinc oxide, ZnO, they are both amphoteric in nature. That means they play two roles. They can behave like an acid and a base. They can behave like an acid if they are reacting with a base, and when they are behaving like a base, they react with an acid. Okay, so we say they are amphoteric in nature. Let's see how. So zinc oxide reacts with sodium hydroxide. Okay, zinc oxide reacts with sodium hydroxide to form sodium zincate. Okay, it forms sodium zincate. Let me write it here. Zinc oxide plus sodium hydroxide. This reaction you have already done. Remember, you have already done this reaction. So it forms sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2. Remember, heat is to be supplied for this reaction to happen. So It reacts sodium zincate plus water. Okay, heat. So here zinc oxide is a metal oxide, but this is amphoteric in nature. Now here sodium hydroxide is a base. You know that it's an alkali. Yes, it is an alkali. So we are saying that we'll consider, we are talking in terms of base. It's an alkali, but it's also a base. We know that all alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkalis. You've done this, right? Okay. So now this is a base. Okay. So because sodium hydroxide is a base, now here zinc oxide behaves like an acid. Zinc oxide is a metal oxide, but it is amphoteric in nature. You remember double rule. It can behave as an acid also or as a base, depending on the situation. So here, if when zinc oxide is reacting with sodium hydroxide, which is a base, okay, so then it behaves like an acid. It behaves like an acid when it is reacting with this base, and it forms sodium zincated water. Now, suppose zinc oxide reacts with HCl. Now, HCl is an acid, right? So here now the zinc oxide is changing its role, double role. So now here it behaves like a base, and it will form again salt and water. So zinc oxide is an amphoteric oxide because it can behave either as an acid or a base. Now when it is reacting with a base, it behaves like an acid. Here, number one. And when it is behaving like a base, it will react with an acid. This is the second condition. Similarly, you can have for aluminium oxide also. Okay. So, aluminium oxide is also an amphoteric oxide. So, if we see aluminium oxide, when it reacts with HCl, so HCl is an acid, then it behaves like a base. Okay. And the products would be AlCl3 plus H2. Okay. Now, when it is reacting with a base, now this again you have done this reaction, Al2O3 plus NaOH. Now NaOH is a base. Yes, NaOH is a base. So it behaves like an acid, and it gives NaAlO2 plus H2. Okay, so this way amphoteric oxides are oxides which can behave both as an acid and a base depending on the reaction. When they are reacting with a base, they behave like an acid. When they react with an acid, they behave like a base. You have to remember these two reactions. Okay, this and this. Both the reactions with aluminium oxide and zinc oxide also. So these are the details about the metal oxides. Number one, they are basic in nature, but then there are oxides which can behave both as an acid and a base. Such oxides are known as amphoteric oxides. You should know this name by now, term. Okay, amphoteric. Amphoteric. Okay, so this is about the metal oxides. These are the chemical properties of metal oxides. They react with water to form the corresponding hydroxides. and we have done about what are amphoteric oxides. So what have you learnt? You have learnt about the reaction of metals with acids. Then you have learnt about metal oxides. They reacting with water to form the corresponding hydroxides, right? And we have also done about a special type of metal oxides known as amphoteric metal oxides. So these metal oxides, they behave both as acids and bases. Depending on the situation, they can behave either as acid or a base. Although they are bases, they are basic in nature, but they can behave as an acid or a base depending upon the reaction. So they are known as amphoteric in nature. Okay, so this is what you have learned. So now we'll continue our learning and go and see more or newer topics of metals and non-metals. Till then, this is Usha Mangipudi signing off.